Greetings and welcome to the channel. You are tuned in to the North Node Oracle. If you are a returning Oracle, welcome back. In this reading, we're going to be tapping into the energy of how you are being viewed. We have three groups to choose from. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Now, before we go into the piles, what I'm picking up for all of the piles is that there's something that is very strong in regards to your solar plexus, your self-worth, your personal power. So that's being sprinkled on all of these because I'm seeing a lot of gold here. But I said all that to say, cast your gaze on the different groups and I will see you inside. If you chose group 1, then this is your reading, and we're going to go ahead and tap into the energy of how you are being viewed in this moment. Let's go ahead and see what we're working with. You're being viewed as someone who goes after your dreams. You're also being viewed as someone who is a fast mover. Now, you may feel like that's not you, right? But what I'm seeing here is, again, you're being viewed as someone who doesn't wait for others to do things that they want to do. It's almost like if you want to do something, you'll go ahead and do it. I'm seeing a lot of movement. What I'm also hearing here is that you may have not, maybe you weren't always this way, but with the desert here, I'm seeing that at some point you had to go on your own path, and people are seeing that. You're being seen as someone who, again, because we have the King of Wands, someone who is fiery, someone who goes after what they want, someone who is an entrepreneur, someone who is a pioneer, someone who inspires others. Now, you may not feel this way, but this is pretty much how you are being viewed. Again, this may have something to do with you having to go off and do something on your own, because I'm seeing this desert energy here. Okay. I'm hearing don't try to pull one over on group number 1. Sometimes you know things and people want to know how you know. Or I'm hearing that some people wonder if you know. You're being seen again as someone who does not wait for others. You're being seen as someone who taps into themselves. I'm hearing some of you may have had a night in the desert, and that's where you built up or accumulated these skills here of, I don't want to say you're a lone wolf, but this 8 of Wands in this desert here is definitely sticking out to me, meaning that you're not afraid to go alone. I'm hearing renegade here. A lot of people are also seeing you as someone who maybe you used to listen to other people a lot, and now your decisions and how you move comes from your higher self here. At least that's how you're being viewed. You're being viewed again as someone who is a little hard to pin down. And again, maybe you weren't always this way. Maybe you were someone who needed everybody to do what they needed to do for you to be able to do what you needed to do. But now what I'm getting is that, again, you're being viewed as someone who is connected to higher self, or whatever it is that you tune into, and you're being seen as someone who, again, goes after their dreams, or who listens to themselves. With the Ace of Cups, how you're also being viewed is you may be being viewed as someone who's hard to reach, and people can be wanting to offer you something here. I'm hearing that some of you have turned your lives around. How's group number? That's too many. How's group number 1 being viewed? Okay. Well, physician, heal thyself. What I'm getting here is that when spirit tells you to move, or your higher self tells you to move, there's something in regards to your intuition. You're being viewed as someone who is very tapped into their intuition. And some people who watch you from the outside don't understand the types of moves that you're trying to make. But what I'm hearing is that it's not for them. People are seeing you as someone who may have received some type of clarity about yourself or a specific situation after being thrown from some type of tower here, ending up in the star. Healing. Even if people don't say it, people see you as a healer. There's something that you did. You could have healed yourself in some way, group number 1. And that's bringing people towards you. People want to know how you put that water in your pitcher. People want to know how you healed yourself. Because this could have come through or come in real quick. Again, you're also being viewed as someone who has gotten clarity in regards to yourself or a specific situation. And your change could be having people look at you here as either a love interest, or what could be happening here, how you're being viewed, is people see that you love yourself more, and that you're taking care of yourself, and that you're listening to your intuition. You could also be quick to cut people off because of your healing here. And that is how you are being viewed, group number 1. Thank you so much for joining me. I am the North Node Oracle, and I will see you again in the next reading. If you chose number 2, then this is your reading. We're going to be tapping into the energy of how you are being viewed right now, group number 2. We're starting this off with the 5 of Swords. You're being viewed as someone who takes people's swords, someone who is a very stiff competitor. You're being seen as someone who is really good in strategy also. How is group number 2 being viewed? Group number 2, you're also being viewed as someone who may either need to rest or who likes rest here. How is group number 2 being viewed? Justice. All right, so what I'm seeing here, group number 2, you're being viewed as someone who is a very stiff competitor. I don't know if you are in competition with someone or others view you as their competition. You're also being viewed as someone who thinks about things very, very deeply before you take action here. Another way that people are viewing you, you're being viewed as someone who is balanced. You're also being viewed as someone who, no matter what someone throws at you, it's like they came at this person and they got their swords taken away. And now they're being alchemized. You're being viewed as someone who, again, is a very tough competitor here. You're also being viewed as someone who could be in a leadership position and someone who knows themselves here. How is group number 2 being viewed here? Some people could be viewing you as unsure of yourself here. Because we have the 4s here, and we have the 4 of Cups about a missed opportunity here. But what people don't understand is they may see you being a little indecisive. Like I'm hearing, I'm hearing wishy-washy here. As you see, they're going back and forth in this cup right here. The thing is, though, is what people don't understand is you like to weigh your options so that when it comes to that alchemical process of making a decision, you know you made the right decision. So you're being viewed as someone, again, who is a very stiff competitor. No matter what people try to throw at you, you take their swords and whoop them with their own swords. This could mean thoughts. Stuff that people try to throw at you, you throw it right back here. Again, people are seeing you as an alchemist. Maybe people tried to come up against you in the past, but they could now be stressing about how you alchemized it, how you turned it around. You're also, again, being viewed as someone who does not make decisions quickly here. Give me some advice here for group number 2. Because you're being viewed as someone that's powerful. And I don't know if you see that in yourself or not, but we have the Empress here. Mic drop. You're being viewed as someone who is creative. You're being viewed as someone who is competitive, someone who takes someone's swords. That could be either their mind or their thoughts. Maybe you change someone's mind here in regards to how they used to see you and now they see you differently. You're being viewed as someone who doesn't take BS or who knows how much you're worth here. So if someone tries to give you a cup with flies in it, you're not interested in that. You're also being viewed as someone who is tempered, who knows how to balance, someone who knows themselves, and someone who is pulling things towards them at this time because you know your worth here. So I don't know if these are competitors or people who've tried you at some point here, but that's how you're being viewed. You're being viewed as very strong, creative, and bringing things towards you here, especially with the Empress. You could also be being viewed as someone who is stable also. Well, that is the message that came through for you in this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I am the North Node Oracle. I'll see you again in the next reading. If you chose group number 3, then this is your reading. We're going to be tapping into the energy of how you are being viewed at this time. Group number 3. Remember in the intro, I did say something about personal power. You're coming off as very powerful right now, all 3 of the groups. Now, this may be good and And some people may not like that because some people I hear aren't used to you investing in yourself. But let's go ahead and see how you're being viewed, group number 3. Group number 3, you're being viewed as someone who people want the 9 of Pentacles with. You're being viewed as someone who has taken care of yourself, someone who has been in your own garden, who's been doing you, someone who's been building up some type of skill that you have. That could either be just you or just things that you do. But how you're being viewed here is someone who has a lot to offer. You could have someone who wants to collaborate with you. You're also being viewed as someone who people want to celebrate with. This could be in your friendship circle. That was confirmation. My dryer decided that it wanted to deal. How is group number 3 being viewed? I'm also hearing, as a side note for you, group number 3, some of you could be not waiting, but just doing you, and you could be attracting your soul family or your soul group here. You're being viewed as someone who has completed some type of a cycle here. Okay, you're being viewed as someone who has completed something, someone who's been around the world here. It's like you graduated from something here. So again, you're being viewed as someone who has some type of knowledge that could be valuable here. I'm seeing that there could be a celebration here. You're being viewed as someone who either is not afraid to walk away from BS or that has walked away from BS, that has ended some type of cycle. You've invested in yourself. Could have waited around for the tides to change, but there was something, again, that you could have walked away from here. So for group number 3, your life is either about to change or something has changed. Something has changed here. And you could be shocking people, or it could have been a shock to you. But people are seeing you as someone who is not afraid to walk away from tables where respect is no longer served, or you are in the process of walking away. And someone could be seeing you as someone who doesn't, who's not going to take any BS. Or someone could be shocked by that. So right now, group number 3, you're being seen as someone with a lot of personal power, someone who can be alone and who has worked on themselves. You're being seen as someone who has completed some type of cycle and that has obtained all the gifts that you need to move on to the next cycle. You're being seen as someone who doesn't take any type of BS, who has walked away from situations that don't serve you, or who is in the process of walking away from things that don't serve you. Group number 3, you're being seen as someone who has either gone through a tower moment, meaning some big change, or by you walking away and showing people that they can't play in your face, you cause tower moments. You are the tower in someone's life here. And I said all that to say that you're being seen as someone who people want to get to know, group number 3. Well, that is the message that came through in this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I am the North Node Oracle, and I'll see you again in the next reading.